Hey, welcome to our newsletter. I'm really excited to go over the role of Social Security in financial planning. We not only do this video, but we also have it in our blog post so that you could either read it or you could watch it. It's up to you. But over the next few minutes, we're really going to get into discussing how Social Security and the role that it plays with planning for retirement. For 90 years, government retirement benefits have served as the cornerstone of American retirement security. However, many are concerned about the future of Social Security, really due to the demographic shifts and the level of funding for the program and the overall challenges that are being faced. Given this uncertain future, it's important to view Social Security as just one piece of the retirement plan and construct your portfolio in a way that will be resilient to whatever comes in the future. First, let's briefly discuss the history of Social Security and examine why it's facing funding challenges. When it was established back in 1935, the program originally served to limited numbers of recipients, but has since grown into a comprehensive system supporting retirees, people with disabilities, and their families nationwide. The system operates on current contributions that fund current payments. This worked well when the workforce was much larger than the number of people receiving the benefits. However, as this chart shows, population demographics have shifted significantly since then, and as the population ages and birth rates remain low. Broader fiscal pressures added another layer of complexity, with national debt approaching 37 trillion and ongoing budget deficits. Policymakers face difficult decisions about government spending priorities, even programs traditionally considered untouchable. Next, let's look at the Social Security cost of living adjustments. Now, for those who are already receiving benefits, you know this all too well. For those who haven't started yet, well, this is an important slide for you because it just goes into the adjustments that happen after you start claiming Social Security. Yes, there is an inflation adjustment that comes into place. Now, they base it off of CPIW. That is the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers. I'm going to talk about this in a little bit more detail in a moment, though. Now, as you see here, it has never been negative. The adjustment never went down. Okay. And that's part of the bylaws. So, like, I could say that. And that's not often I could say always or never in my industry, but I could say never this time. So, I'm very happy so I can say that. But you see that there is an adjustment, right? And what is this chart really showing you is how much inflation we have seen in this country. So that's being reflected into like the cost of living adjustments by the Social Security system. But I wanted to go a little bit deeper into the CPIW. That was created around World War One. Okay, to give you an idea. Now there's a flaw, I believe, within that. So they start tracking how workers in the urban environment and clerical workers were spending their money. Well, why are we using that for Social Security? Well, they just never changed it. And then in 1987, they came out with CPIE. CPIE is the Consumer Price Index for the elderly. Now, that will take into account like healthcare expenses, right? Where CPIW doesn't. So, no, I think we all could agree that healthcare costs are going up, right? We already know that. I know that directly from the Medicare Board of Trustees reports that come out. So it's going up, but it's not being accounted for within a CPIW. So what does that mean? I'm just telling you what the facts are. I believe that this has to be addressed by the government if they're going to reform Social Security to have it as part of an index that actually tracks the spending patterns of the elderly, which will be CPIE. Now, I said it came out in 1987. They were using data all the way back to 1982. So it's been around for a while now. I think we can see how closely tracked that is through deeper analysis. But the takeaway from here is I can't control or influence that decision by Congress. Just be aware of it. If you want, write a letter to your Congress people, right, about this important distinction. But the other aspect of it is there is an inflation adjustment, But I've never had any client ever call me up and be like, hey, that cost of living adjustment really helped me offset the price of eggs this year. No, like you get an adjustment, but it never seems like enough. Right now, I'm testifying to those who already received Social Security. So those who haven't, it's good to know that you do get an adjustment, but you're never going to call me up grateful for that adjustment. But you will be grateful that you got the adjustment because something is better than nothing. And I think we'd all agree to that. So let's go to the next slide. Next, let's look at the US life expectancy. And as you see here, people are living longer. And this is great news because it means that people could enjoy longer, healthier retirements. However, as you can imagine, this is putting pressure on the Social Security funds. According to the latest estimate coming out from the Social Security Board of Trustees, the funds may not be able to support full benefits as early as 2034. That means there is needed to have structural adjustments made to the Social Security system. Now, to be clear, this does not mean that Social Security will go away. Even if the trust fund is fully depleted, payroll contributions coming in will still support about 3/4 of the promised payments. That's right. In other words, you're looking at a 20 to 25% reduction of Social Security benefits. Instead, this highlights the importance of preparing for retirement beyond relying solely on Social Security. Building a robust financial plan can help you withstand various circumstances is absolutely essential. Retirees must consider various strategies for maximizing Social Security benefits, including potentially delaying filing while living on portfolio income. Now, for younger workers, it's especially important to build retirement plans that do not depend entirely on Social Security. Yes, I'm looking at you, right? If you're in your 40s, 30s, 20s, what I'm saying is you better start saving now. Save more than your parents did. You're going to need it because it's probably not going to look the same when you get to the time of taking your Social Security. Now, we hope you found this financial planning update helpful. And if you'd like to discuss the role of Social Security or your retirement plan in more detail, please don't hesitate to reach out because we look forward to speaking with you and helping you maximize your benefits for your own particular financial plan. There's so much that goes into this decision. It's not just life expectancies and the charts I showed you. It's really going to be tailored to your specific financial plan. And with that being said, I'm Jason Noble, and I look forward to talking with you soon.